Okay, so welcome everybody to this week's Expand the Business Weekly Call. My name is Casey Eberhart. I'm super thrilled that you are here. Just want to welcome everybody that's brand new to the call. This is a call that we do every single Wednesday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And the reason we do this call is just to build community and to help you guys grow whatever business you're in and ultimately expand the network and the business that you're in. Um, each week, just from a formatting perspective, I'll come in, I'll have an idea, a topic that we'll start with. We'll spend 15, 20 minutes talking about the topic. And then if you guys have questions based on this particular topic, fantastic, we'll answer those. And then we'll open it up and we'll open it up and we will share on any other things that you guys want. We'll promote people. This is really my way of giving back and building a community. Prior to the pandemic, we had a call going like this. We'd have between 1,500 and 2,000 people on every week. So as this call grows, appreciate you guys coming back. Two very quick things, and then I'm going to jump right into today's training. I do have a WhatsApp chat that is, if you want to get reminders via WhatsApp, Helen will drop that link in the chat here. It's very easy. Sean joined it this morning. It's not a bunch of back and forth. It's just, hey, here's the call. And then we also have expandthebusinessweekly.com. And that's also for you to get an email reminder. We'll send an email out on Tuesday afternoon and then another one an hour right before the call. That has a calendar link in it now, so you can just add it directly to your calendar as well. We'd love to have you come in here. So today, I thought what we would do over the next few weeks is really share and show you guys how to expand your reach, expand your audience, because one of the things that's happening right now, one thing that's happening right now is people are starting to use a lot of AI tools in their social media feeds, which is decreasing the number of people that are actually seeing your posts. Okay, so I work with a gym owner, and my gym owner client, he just noticed literally on Instagram yesterday, his engagement and his reach was going way down. And the reason it is now even on Instagram, they are labeling posts AI generated. Because they're labeling posts AI generated, they are decreasing the content that is actually being shown to, just from a mathematical perspective, okay? So I have a lot of clients in our Platinum Inner Circle group, and those of you that are in PIC and you want to put that in front of your name, it allows me to be able to highlight you guys. If you're in PIC but you don't want me to highlight you, don't put PIC in front of your name. It's fine. But Platinum Inner Circle is our business owner mastermind that we run. We've been running it for 15 years. And inside of that group, we're always encouraging them to do webinars, videos, newsletters, things that are really actually engaging people into the ecosystem to have a chat with them about whatever business they're in, right? And so one of the things that not a lot of people use or know how to use is LinkedIn events. And so what I thought I would do is I have an event coming up in like 2 weeks. It's going to be for real estate investors, okay? So what I thought I would do this morning is I'm going to put that up on LinkedIn events, and we're going to go through and I'm just going to put the event up so you guys can actually see it in real time. This strategy is useful for a couple of things: webinars, Zooms, weekly calls that you're doing. You could actually do it to any type of live event. So it is designed in LinkedIn to be an event. We're going to set it up as an event. And then LinkedIn allows us to invite up to 1,000 people that we're connected to on LinkedIn every single week. So since I'm about 3 weeks out of this event, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the event up today. Well, just for the purpose of this call, I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you how to do it. And then next week I'll invite another 1,000. The following week I'll invite another 1,000. The following week I'll invite another 1,000. So by the time the event rolls up, we will have invited 4,000 people on LinkedIn. Okay. Now, if you were with us last week and I talked about Facebook group acquisition, right? By the way, the video from last week's call is up already on YouTube. It's a very simple domain name. It's caseyonvideo.com. And this week's video, when it goes up, will also be at that same domain name. So caseyonvideo.com will take you right to YouTube. Another place for you to promote all of your events and such. And then I'll probably do another call on Facebook events, but today I wanted to do it on LinkedIn events because Well, we have an event and I'm going to go ahead and just do it right now. So let's jump in and let's just jump right in and get started. I'm going to just go right in here. And if you have questions or anything either throughout this or after, just chuck them in the chat and Helen will help me coordinate making sure that we ask every single question. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm just going to go right in and we're just going to dive right in here. Okay. So we're going to go right in here and I'm going to go to LinkedIn first. Okay. Now LinkedIn, this is just my homepage on LinkedIn. Okay. I just show you this is in real life here. Okay. Straight into LinkedIn. So what we're going to do is we're going to create an event in LinkedIn. Then we're going to invite 1,000 people to that event. Okay. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to go down to this little tab here and I'm going to go events. Okay. When I go to events, I'm just going to go to create an event. Now you can see here, Sarah Baslow has an event that happened. This was May 5th. So she did an event a couple of weeks ago. And it got put up here. This was one of our events that we did in March. This is the one of them, the one that I did in the 12th. Okay. Now you could do this premium unlock, but I'm not going to do that. We're just going to try to keep this free for now for you guys. Okay. So I'm just going to go to create an event. Okay. Now, first thing we got to do is upload a cover image. Now, I have gone and taken our cover image and I had a new one made using an AI tool this morning. And you can see that it's to the picture is terrible because it's not letting me so I thought this was going to fit. It's not going to fit. So let's just do it this way for now. We'll have to go in here and we'll have to change it. We'll have to change the photo. Okay. So that'll be the thing. I messed up already. I should have done, you know what? You know what I can do? Let me, let's do this. So this is the event. This is the picture that I should have used. This is the one that I think is ugly, but we'll use it for the purposes of today. This is the one that's on Eventbrite. Okay. Now I've also put this event up on Eventbrite. So I'm basically going to use the link, the event we did in Eventbrite, and I'm going to bring it over. All the information I'm just going to bring over here. So first thing I do, is this an event online or in person? It's online. Event format, right? I'm going to do an external event link. Okay. Event name. Okay. Event name is we're going to call this how to get here I can go how to get free exclusive motivated. Okay, we already put this up on LinkedIn. How to get free exclusive motivated real estate leads. Okay. Time zone, it's Pacific time zone. Start date, it's just going to be June 9th, I believe is what it is. So I'm going to go over here because we've already put it up here. June 9th, it's not going to go until July 1. So Ryan, if you're on here,
Refresh that screen and it's changed.
oh, okay, perfect. So let's just refresh this screen. So it's still showing an online event through July 1st. But no problem. Ryan will get that changed. It's June 9th. Okay. So it's June 9th. Start time is going to be 5 p.m. Okay. End date June 9th, and we're going to end it at 7 p.m. It's a 2-hour, essentially an online webinar. Okay. Now, external link event, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I think, oh man. Ryan, what is the link? Do you know off the top of your head?
It's realestateleadsevent.com.
Real estate leads event.
And before the www, you need two slashes. A colon slash slash. Yeah.
Okay, now, guys, I'm going to tell you ahead of time. It is so important that when you do these links, you got to come up here and test them to make sure that what you're putting in there is actually going to work. Okay, so that's a link. Okay. Now, here in the description, We've already got this up on Eventbrite. So all I'm going to really do here is I'm just going to go copy the description over here. Okay, I'm doing this quick for you guys. Okay, so there's our description. We've got that inside here. Now, who are the speakers? If you have other speakers on your event, then you want to be able to add them inside here. So I'm going to add Ryan myself. Okay. I'm going to add, and I'm going to actually add Helen in here as well, since she's on my team. She works with us. She's absolutely awesome. Okay. So I now have this event here. I can do this here. Now, this is just the post. Okay. Now, I'm not too concerned about this post because this is just basically posting this to LinkedIn as an event. So right now what's happened is I've created an event, okay? And I have now posted that event on LinkedIn, okay? So now when I come up here and I redo this, you're going to see that now I'm organizing this event. This is where the sexiness of this whole thing comes in, okay? So now I want to invite people, not just as a post on LinkedIn, but I want to invite people to join on LinkedIn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click share. Okay. When I click share, I'm going to click invite. Okay. Now I can copy this link and I can go put that link in my newsletter. I can go put it in posts. I can go post it in my Facebook groups. I can do all of that other stuff with it. I can repost this to my feed if I want. I would highly recommend doing that every day if you've got an event coming up. In this case, for the purposes of today, I just want to show you how to invite a bunch of people in LinkedIn where they are going to get an email saying that you're inviting them to an event. It's also going to show up in their messaging. It's also going to show up in their network here. Okay, so incredibly powerful when you think this through. And the other reason I'm showing you this manually is so that once you've done it a few times, then you can offboard it to somebody on your team. Maybe you've got a virtual assistant. I like to do this myself because there are certain people that I just don't want to invite to the event. So for me, I can do it while I'm watching TV, not a problem. But so there are two ways to do this, and here's where the magic comes in. Number one, all these people here that are on this list, it's just loading up the people in my LinkedIn account. Okay, so the slow way to do this, okay, the slow way to do this is to just start at the top and click here. I'm going to invite these two people, and I'm going to invite these two people, and I would just hit invite, and away it would go. Okay, but we like to do things fast. Okay, so here's the way to do it. If you can get these checked automatically, you're much more golden. So we'll start with locations. Now, here's the downside of what I'm about to show you. They have to have put this in their profile in order for it to pick it up. Okay. So, for example, if I wanted to do just United States, okay, United States, California, Los Angeles, okay, I can click show results. It's now going and pulling all of the people that have one of those three categories, United States, LA, or whatever. Okay. Now, you do have to scroll down and you're going to need to keep scrolling for a while. Okay. Now, this is the part that takes a little bit of a pain, and you can probably set Claude up to do this or whatever. So, normally, what I'm doing is I'm just letting it load. I'm just letting it load. And I'm just letting it load. I'm just continuously letting this thing load up. And what it's doing right now is it's loading all of the people that are Los Angeles based or inside the United States. If they were to put it in their LinkedIn profile. Okay, so I'm just going to throw this together. Now you're going to see I'm still loading this. I can load up to 1,000 people in this. And then guys, all I have to do is click this button. It automatically checks. You'll see it's selected 360 people. All I have to do is click invite. and it just invited 360 people to my event. Okay. Now, if I wanted to do it again because I haven't hit that 360, 300 threshold, I could still go back here to invite. I still got like 600 people. I just want to bring it to your attention that if you can pull people by these companies, like by a specific company if you wanted, okay, by a specific school. But I find that if you scroll over to and you go to industry, it's going to pull your top groups and you can then add these people. Now, here's what you can either add an industry here, or you can just go in and click any one of these or 5 of these. Again, it's just now loading all of these up. Now, see how it's saying I've invited all these people? It's not going to let you invite them a second time. Okay. So I'm going to take a stab that says that most of the 360 people that I already invited, you'll see here it's pulling a few people that it hasn't invited. Okay. Now, the thing that's sort of sucky about this is you'll notice that I am having to scroll down. As soon as it loads, it's going to let me scroll just a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. You can't just sit and let it do nothing. If I sit here for a while and I'm hands free for a second, it's still going to only load until I scroll it. Okay. So I'm just going to keep scrolling it. We'll let it go a little bit more just so you guys can see that what this is actually doing. It's now not necessarily only doing people from the United States. It's now doing people from any of those industries that I put on there. Is everybody going to be a good fit for this webinar? No, it's for real estate folks. Okay. So if you're doing something more generic or whatever, be perfect. There will be people that just won't be attracted because it will say added for real estate investor leads, right? So Lois is one of our Platinum Inner Circle members. She's a real estate investor. She and her partner Amy are not only are they real estate investors, they also work with Legal Shield, helping protect people with wills and trusts and assets and getting you out of speeding tickets and all kinds of stuff. Plus, they have a YouTube channel. They've got all kinds of stuff going on. This would be really interesting for her to come. So it may spark her fancy. Okay. So
Sign me up.
now again, I'm just going to click check. You can see that it's now added an additional 322 people. I just clicked that invite, guys. And boom, I just now invited an additional 320 people. So in the last 10 minutes, we've created an event, right? Now, that link that I put in there, this is the important thing. The link that I put in there was essentially the registration page to the event. So when they come in on and register for that event, they're going to go automatically on our email list. Now, a couple of other quick things. Remember I said we had already put it up on Eventbrite. If I wanted to, if I was like, well, I don't have a landing page and I'm not that sophisticated yet, I have an event, I don't have a landing page, then you should book a call with Ryan and have Ryan help get you dialed in here, okay? But you could put it up on Eventbrite, or you could put it up on one of your meetup groups if you've had that, and then drive people over here to the Eventbrite page, especially if you're charging ticket prices or whatever. Okay. We would rather have people on our email list first than have them on Eventbrite. We just put it on Eventbrite. And now we're also marketing this event to our entire database via email, plus our entire database we've loaded up in Eventbrite. We're marketing this event to them as well. Okay. So here's what happens. When I come back over to LinkedIn, what you're going to see when people are registered for the event, you're going to see that I already have 2 registrations for the event. Okay. Who are the registrations for the event? I can come over here. Now it's not showing me who they are just yet. As soon as it loads a little bit more, I'll be able to see who they are. Okay. So I can go to manage the event and go to manage attendees. So Helen and I are both the people that said yes. Right now, remember I added her, so she's automatically in here. But if other people register for this event, and by the way, all they mean by register is click a button that says I want to go to the event, kind of interested. What I would do then, as a follow-up, is I would then open up each of one of these that say Messenger, and I would send Helen a message that says, "Hey, um, H, uh, join us with the link." Okay, and I would send those as private messages. So the strategy really comes down to number one, get your event up there. Number two, go and invite those people one at a time in the message if they said they're going. Okay. So I wanted to show that secret sauce with you guys. I think it is a very, very valuable tool. What I find most often happens is people will set up their event and then they don't promote it. And if you promote it, my recommendation is you promote it on a Facebook event. You promote it in your Facebook groups that you own. We just locked the dates for our next sort of free webinar where we're going to do an in-depth version of how to acquire a Facebook group. And I think that link is ownthegroup.com, if I'm not mistaken. Is that it, Ryan? I don't know if he can. Ryan, you're on mute.
Yes, it is the link. I just put it in the
Okay.
chat.
So yeah, so if you guys are interested in that, it's June, I think June 18th. So we'll promote the heck out of it. But if you want to get on that, it's free, it's a couple hours. I'm gonna show you how to acquire Facebook groups, but you should be promoting the events in your email list, Facebook event, Facebook groups that you own, LinkedIn, through your LinkedIn newsletter, through your LinkedIn event, through your meetup groups, all of this stuff. Like at the end of the day, we've got to get this event in front of the same people multiple times if possible, so that they see when your event is coming up, how you want to do that. Eventbrite, I'd get it up on Eventbrite. Somebody asked, Bridget asked if you need, or no, sorry, Tom asked, do you need a premium account in LinkedIn? The answer is no. I like to show you guys what's available to you without cost. There are some other additional things that you can do if you want to chuck some money in, but I wanted to be able to show you that ahead of time. Okay, so let me ask this: any questions on what we've shown? Can you create an event that is recorded? Will webinar versus live event? So interesting thing. So Amy, I think what you're asking is if I do a recorded webinar, could I send people to that recorded webinar as an event? There are a couple of things you could do. Number one, you could use an auto reply webinar like Audience Labs or Webinar Kit or something that has a pre-recorded webinar. But here's the other thing. You could also literally probably use that to send them to a YouTube video that's already been pre-recorded, right? So I got Bill Gross on the call here. By the way, Bill, I just got your coffee mug yesterday. I was really honored to be a guest on Bill's podcast a couple of months ago, and I got this really cool coffee mug thanking me to be a guest on there. So what Bill could do, since he uses a YouTube a lot, is he could set that event up in LinkedIn and just push people to the video on YouTube. Okay. Now, for those of you that are super nerds or you've been around Platinum Inner Circle, this should make sense to you. If you don't, if it doesn't, I'll do another call on this and we can go deep into YouTube. But what you could do is you could create a domain name to an auto subscribe link to essentially force people to subscribe to your YouTube channel before they watch the video. Okay. And then set that video as your channel trailer under the Home tab, Customize Channel. Set that video as a trailer for both returning subscribers as well as new subscribers, and then promote that link that takes them over to your YouTube channel. So if you guys go to caseyonvideo.com, what you will see is that will take you to my YouTube channel. And if you're not a subscriber, it'll come up and say, do you want to subscribe? If you are a subscriber, it will just miss that. But that first video on there is the trailer. So Amy, going back to how I would strategize this, I would strategize it by putting a recorded webinar or your recorded event there, and then I would drive people to that auto subscribe link into YouTube. Okay. Um, okay. Jennifer says, how do you capture and you guys can raise your hand in here too. I'm easy, you know. How do you capture the emails? Where do they go? What database or program do you use? So Jennifer, I would say the first thing I would do is I suggest hitting up Ryan and having a call with Ryan. He'll probably hit you up and get on a call with him. We use GoExpand now, which is the CRM system and email capture tool that we give all our Platinum Inner Circle members. Um, but you could use whatever. There's Constant Contact, MailChimp, a lot of these. We don't recommend it. We recommend using, well, we're very biased to what we use. And Ryan can set that up partly because if you use our agency, then we have access and we can help you with a lot of the technical stuff. Um, so so Jennifer asked a great question. How do you capture the email addresses? If you have been around me for any length of time, you know what's coming. If you haven't been around me for very long, let me say this. All roads lead to the email list. All roads lead to the email list. All roads, paved, dirt, cobblestone, lead to the email address. Once the email address is received, now you have the ability to help these people and serve them in multiple different ways. You can help serve them in their business by giving them discounts, sending them a newsletter, getting them engaged, asking them to follow you on Instagram or YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever. But if you miss the email address, it's toughy muscuffy, right? So all roads lead to the email list. All roads lead to the email list. If you're speaking on stage, capturing emails, number one rule. If you're doing webinars, number one rule. If you're doing a call like this, number one rule. Get their email address. Some people are going to unsubscribe. No question. You're just not going to serve them, or they're not going to like your style, or they're not going to like that you have long hair or short hair or no hair or whatever. That's okay. If you're super lowbrow and you just refuse to get people's email addresses, then the next thing I would say that you should do is try to get them to subscribe to you on YouTube and build out a YouTube channel. Okay. But if you guys need help building a CRM system or getting this set up, some landing pages or whatever, just ping Ryan Begley. He'll get you all sorted.
I
Okay.
was going to just mention something like one of the big things too of is online events, typical show up rates are about 30%. So think about even if you have a registration and you have an event, people that say they're going to go, 30% of the people will probably show up. And that's a pretty decent show up rate. So those technically are the only people you're having this conversation with. So what about the 70% of other people? How are those like people that were interested in these events that want to go but did not? There's no communication and that would just stop. So the email helps us to still engage the bulk amount of people that were interested intently with the event. So
Yeah.
emails is definitely number one.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Let's say Jennifer and I are doing a joint event. Now we could both promote that on our LinkedIn accounts. We could both promote in our meetup groups. I highly recommend people partner with people so you have extra eyeballs and you're introducing each other to each other's audiences. Okay, so Jadelle says, do the groups I target my event to need to be very targeted or not? Like for me, I'm targeting women. I have meetup groups with both men and women. Does that matter? So in this case, Giselle, what I would do is I would showcase that you're only wanting to have women click on your link by putting something for like something that says like women only or this event for women only. Sorry, men. No dudes allowed. Like I would come up with some fun marketing thing so that the dudes aren't clicking on even aren't clicking on it. Okay. But I don't think it really matters if you're in different groups. You'll notice that I'm doing a real estate group or I'm doing a real estate event. That real estate event, I'm just guessing that if Bridget's not interested in real estate and she gets my invite in LinkedIn, it's just going to go over her head. She's just not going to care because it's not going to register, right? If I don't know. If Laura Bell is interested in real estate and she sees that, she's going to say yes, right? Ryan's not going to hit up a thing if it says dude, women only. Okay. Yeah. Amy, good morning.
Hello, thank you for doing this. This is so awesome. I wanted to ask you then, if we're trying to capture their email, is it better to put their landing page where they have to opt into a page to watch the Will webinar, or like you said, just go to YouTube and do the
Oh,
subscribe?
sorry. Okay, I now know what you were asking. Okay. That's why my brain was not firing on all the cylinders. So yes, so Amy and Lois do this webinar on teaching people all the reasons why they need a will, okay? And all the asset protection that comes with a will, right? So they've got this recorded, let's call it a recorded event. We're going to drop that on YouTube. Okay. Now here's how I personally would do it if I were doing it this way and it was going to be recorded. I would then send the event to a landing page, have the person register for the event, name, phone number, email address. Okay. Then click check out the webinar or check out the event. They click a button, and then that button takes them directly to the YouTube video where that would be stored or housed. Okay. Now, obviously, you guys work with Ryan, so I think Ryan's going to meet with you either today or something. I saw him talk about it yesterday. So, if Ryan would want it set up differently than that, talk to him and value him. I'm just saying it for the purpose of this call. You may want to put it on a landing page, capture their information, invite them to join the webinar, and then take them to another landing page that's on your website where that video is playing rather than take them over to YouTube and risk them getting lost in YouTube. That's another option. So I would ask Ryan, I would just ask Ryan what he would want to do. Terry says, I'm on the LinkedIn homepage, but I don't see the event button. So, Terry, it should be. I'll go in here and we'll go back to my screen real quick. If I go to.
Later down the list, he says he found it.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, just so if you guys are watching this, if you go back to, it's on the homepage and it's down here on the bottom left here. Okay. So again, I can come here. Now my event's here. I can go in here. I was just going to see if anybody had registered. Nobody's registered yet, but I could go in here under manage event, manage attendees, and see if there was anybody that registered for the event. So far, just Helen and I. And then if I click invited, there's going to be all these different people. And if there's somebody on here that I didn't want to invite, like I accidentally invited them, like I accidentally I was going to see, here's Amy, right? I know she'll probably come to the event anyways, so I could just withdraw my invitation here if I accidentally invited her and I shouldn't have. Okay, so.
Casey, can you show what it looks like from the user perspective when they receive the invite?
I cannot because I am the event, the admin on it. Now, here's the other thing. I just thought this out loud. If I wanted to, do we got time here? Can I go? Do you guys want me to go like a little bit super nerd on you for a second? Okay, if I go super nerd on you, here's what I could do. I could take my event, and because I have a LinkedIn newsletter already set up that sends emails directly to everybody's inbox that subscribes to the newsletter, I could take my LinkedIn event and send it over to my LinkedIn newsletter, driving people back to the event or right back into the landing page for the event. Higher likelihood they're going to lock in on an event. So in order to do that, what I would do, okay, is I would just come here and I would get this share. I would just say, copy this link. Okay. And now what I could do is I could come still back up to home. And now I need to go to my profile in order to do this. Okay. But now if I wanted to send a newsletter, basically I could send a newsletter out. I can have 140,000 emails in people's inbox. So if I just go here to the expand the business newsletter, create a new edition, now I could upload this fun video that oh, it's still not going to let me do that. So I'm going to have to trash this, and I just have to redo that. I'm just going to have to redo that picture. Okay, how to do this? Boom. Okay. June 9th, isn't it? Okay. Now, I could go in and put a full-blown thing here, but I just wanted to show you what's possible. All I have to do is click next. Okay. And now I'm just putting this here because I wanna. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna publish this. Okay. But here's what just happened. What just happened was that thing I just did got sent to all 1,040 of my LinkedIn newsletter subscribers. So if you are one of those 1,040, that invite will now be in that will now be in your inbox in your Gmail account. Let me say that again, which means that the newsletter I just sent will now be in your inbox, which means now just think about what we've done just here. If Jennifer and I are connected on LinkedIn and she's in the United States and she is on my email list and she is in if she is in my email list and she and I are connected on LinkedIn and she subscribes to my LinkedIn newsletter, she's now going to see this event as a LinkedIn event on my post. She's going to see it as a LinkedIn event that I've invited her to. She's going to go to her inbox and see there's an email of me inviting her to that as via my newsletter. Because I have her email list, she's going to also see that I'm inviting her to the Eventbrite event. Okay? All of those with one simple event. If you want people to show up at your event, you are going to need to be in front of them multiple times, multiple ways, so that whenever they are doom scrolling, they see your event. Okay? Cool. Helen.
Who was it that asked about how you get the notification in LinkedIn? Because all you need to do is it actually comes in your notifications. So I'll just really quickly share this so you guys can see where it comes in. But here it is right here. And all I had to do was click on that and then confirm that I was going to be one of the speakers for the thing, and I was accepted. So that's how you get notified if Casey sends you an invite in LinkedIn.
Yeah. Boom. Okay. No, Tom. So the question is, Tom and Zan came in late on the session today. Did the sequence on LinkedIn notification start with setting up an event on Eventbrite first? You do not have to set it up on Eventbrite. We set it up on Eventbrite yesterday, and I just needed a place where I could go grab what Ryan's already done. So rather than have him send me the raw email and all that, it's just easier for me to go cut and paste. So we just in our company, we just have a standard procedure when we do an event. What happens first? If it's Eventbrite, if it's Eventbrite appropriate, it gets on Eventbrite. It then goes on all our meetup groups. It then goes into LinkedIn, and then it goes into Facebook. So we sort of start with one event someplace, and then we all pull where we need to go and do that. Cool. Anybody else with any questions or clarifications? Anything else you guys are working on? Helen is going to put in the chat, the WhatsApp chat, if you guys want to join. If you guys want to join the reminder list, it's Expand the Business Weekly. She's also going to put the WhatsApp chat. It's just a quick link. If you're on WhatsApp, you can jump it. You can get rid of it if you ever want to. And also, if you're a real estate investor and you want to come to the event, Helen will drop that link in there too, right? I highly recommend this. Is my friend Jason. Jason is one of my best friends. He's an amazing real estate investor. He's done over 5,000 real estate transactions. I've invested in deals with him personally. I go to his events probably 5 times a year. He was one of the top trainers for Robert Kiyosaki, literally taught Kiyosaki's trainers program for years. He's phenomenal, and he's doing this event as a favor to me. He normally doesn't do them live, but he and I are going to get on and bounce stuff ideas back and forth, so on and so forth. So cool. Also, one last thing. We are doing an investors cruise in February. If you are an investor in businesses or securities or crypto or um, uh, uh, any type of investing, and you want to come on a cruise, we're going out of Cape Canaveral in February. And I just got notified today that we now officially have more people booked on February's cruise than we just took out last, like 2 weeks ago. So literally that happened this morning. So that means we are at 72 people because we took out 71 on this last one. So if you want to come hang out with a bunch of kooky investors, my friend Jason Palliser will be there. My friend Deanna Rogers will be there. I'll be there. I know Helen's going to come on it. There's a bunch of people coming on it. We'd love to have you. And for like the next week or so, it's only a $200 completely refundable deposit. Up until literally like the end of November. Just hold your seat and hold your cabin. You need a roommate, we got you covered. If you want to bring your spouse, that's awesome. If you don't want to bring your spouse, that's awesome. If you want to bring your kids, that's awesome. And we're going to Cocoa Bay, which is a private island owned by Royal Caribbean. And then we're also going to the Bahamas. So love to have you guys be there. And finally, last week's video, if you have not watched it, go check it out. It got a lot of really great feedback when we did the call, and it's at caseyonvideo.com. Okay? So with that, if there are no other questions, there are no other anybody that wants to jump in with anything, then we will call this one a rappity wrap, and I will see you guys. I will see you guys next week. Next week at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, each and every Wednesday. Okay? So with that, everybody, have a fantastic week. See you next time. Ciao for now.